This is going to be a 5 versus 5 team game, nice and highly ranked it is. It is going down on a random map because people like the random maps. Puts down to more skill than map knowledge. And speaking of maps, it is really quite open. You can pretty much get raided anywhere. As far as reclaim goes, it is dotted all over the place and there's fuck all of it, so reclaim isn't a big focus. But you will be trying to contest for these mass points closer to the middle. You've got bunches of them here. Nice and handy. Anyhow, let's have an introduction of the teams. We have Team 1 across here at the top, Team 2 across here at the bottom, and first up here for Team number 1 in the far left corner in the blue colour, it is Aquiles. Aquiles is going UEF. He's opening his first lane to get adjacency beside his Hydro. Beside him in the white colour, also UEF, it is Lord Ratto. Lord Ratto, we'll see how he goes on, but 2 UEF so far. And all the way over here in the red colour, highest rated player of the map at 1900, it is Zagota. He's Aeon in red. He's got his factory for some mixed adjacency and going to start on his Hydro. Up here at the back from him, the first Cyberman of the day, it is Vinich. Vinich in orange, and he is getting work on his Hydro as well. And finally, for team number 1, over here in the combat green colour, it is Kaizoku. Now Kaizoku is another Cyberman, so no Seraphim representation for team number 1. We have 2 UEF, 2 Cyberman, and 1 Aeon. Right, let's have a look at team number 2. First off, down here in the bottom corner in the yellow colour, it is Maverick. Maverick is the first Seraphim of the game, and he's finished up his Hydro, starting to work on some pigeons. Beside Maverick and Aeon in lavender, it is Fiore. We've seen this guy a little before, and I still don't know how to pronounce his name. Might just stick with Fiore. Beside him in the cyan colour, I'll say beside, kind of all the way over here, it is Rising Flames, next Seraphim of the game, and he has got his core base built, is starting to move on out behind him. In the bottom corner, in burgundy, Corbin. And Corbin is a Cyberman for team number 2, first Cyberman for those guys. And finally, team number 2, up here in the pink colour, it is Soul Ripper, who's actually already walked on his way up, wanting to contest for some of these mixes to get extra mass, and really wants to try and hold as much of this as possible, because that's a bunch of mixes there to have. So there you have it, folks. We have a balanced rating of 93% for this game, and we have some first combat already. That was a small unit that died very quickly to a commander, so I'm guessing it was like a scout or something, but a scout in a lab maybe. But Dead to Maverick, first kill of the game. Congrats, buddy, you killed a scout. Very poorly aimed scout to do that. But you can see all these commanders moving towards the middle. Now the map itself is a wee bit wonky. We have 3 players on this side to the 2, and the same here, 3 players to 2 over here. So really, I'm just wondering if it's going to be like a 2 versus 2 with 1 air player at the back starting out. So we'll keep an eye on that. Fiore going for a very early gun upgrade, barely 3 minutes in. And what's he doing that on? He is 17 mass. He built up some E and is now probably going to be yelling on E at his teammates to give him E to try and complete that, because he's definitely going to need it. Right, a Mantis and a Scout come down in a very ill-advised location because the commander is right there. So that's a wee bit confusing. Maybe they're expecting an engineer, not too certain why, because commanders walking forward is the meta of every game these days, unless it's a very, really big map. It's an echo map instead of a area contest map. But having a look on the left hand side, and that has been, well, Soul Ripper has pushed forward a bit. There we go. And see, he's got the 2 versus 1 over the side. He's got Aquiles and Mr. Lord Ratto moving up both their commanders, and he needs support to come in from Rising Flames to help offset that. And same thing over the side, we see we have Fiore and Maverick pushing on up, and it is Zagota who needs to come and assist Kaizoku. Maverick very far forward to this commander. He's decided, I don't want you to have the station, and look at all the pings. Somebody's going ping, 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 like they don't know. And why would you ask your teammate, who's in the middle of a gun upgrade, Aeon gun upgrade, that's why it was easy to go through, to push forward, to cancel his 80% completed gun upgrade to come join you? Really, Maverick needs to fall back some and needs to think about having some spam to help him out. He's got no units to speak of. Where are his units? Nowhere. He's just been pushing with his comm to be a pain. T1 bomber comes out though, gets himself a nice damage on 3 units there. Bit of stun slow those guys down. Over on the left hand side, this is Rising Flames pushing on up with his gun. It's got a few units in support, and of course you can duck into this water. It is deep enough to hide in from units, so that won't be so bad. And the left hand side, it is Soul Ripper doing the same thing, getting some pushing going on this way. Maybe wants to stop that T1 PD going up. Has got Auroras, which will do exactly that. Going to turn that engineer into scrap. Maybe needed to focus the engineer. Unfortunately, they have not. That's going to let him carry on building that. Over this side, though, it is Maverick needing to drop back, and drop back he does. Maybe he can start taking us some unit damage. Hozuku push on up. He doesn't have gun upgrade either. Gun range is on Fire. He's got some radar to be able to see things and shoot at distance, which is definitely needed. As always, as Aeon, you need radar. Absolutely got to have your radar to take care of that. And that is then Kozuka pulling back. But hello, Vinich has walked up with his comm. He's joining the front line, so he's going to leave his engineers back here to build up his base, build up his air. And he's thrown his commander up the front just to help put a bit of pressure on their front. Speaking of pressure though, on this side it is Soul Ripper, and he has got problems in the form of Achilles pushing with his comm, and Lord Rato is swinging over with some of his spam. Looks like Soul Ripper's trying to keep his units back a bit to thin out the numbers, but he's down with yellow. He's not looking too healthy at the moment. These units need to get over here pronto to support him on that side. But have a look on the right hand side, and it is... looks like a hole, just a bit back and forth between these guys. Commander's nice and healthy and green, so everything's going over this side, and that is dangerous for Soul Ripper, down well into the yellow, under 4,000, 6 minutes into the game, and he is in trouble. Support coming over from Rising Flames looks like it's going to be just enough to keep him out of trouble, but there's still a very fresh commander back there. No upgrades on that guy though, even no upgrade on Rising Flames either, so now Soul Ripper survives just over 3,000 health. Achilles is looking much healthier. Yes, out of there thanks to the support coming from Rising Flames. He definitely needed that help. Checking back on the right hand side, and this is Maverick, not looking particularly healthy either. He's down to 7,000. Fiore has a double gun Aeon Com. That is never something you want to see as an enemy commander, but Maverick sneaking back this way. If he can lure these commanders into range of the T1 PD, that's a whole lot of damage that they're going to be facing, but the engineer dies and that point defense is not going to get completed, and it is 2 versus 1 right now. Maverick not having time, has some units coming in for assistance, but now Fiore sneaks in and starts getting the extra damage. And left hand side, nice big gap there, nothing going on. We can focus on this for the moment, and it is Vinich not looking particularly healthy. Maverick not looking very healthy either. Maybe he wants to think about falling back in the face of all this spam. He doesn't want to be there right now. And neither do either of these commanders there, dropping back. And Maverick continuing to push. Doesn't have gun upgrade, remember, so maybe he wants to think about doing something there. Move back instead of pushing it to 2 commanders, because Fiore is back here. He's had to drop back to take care of this lot, which have been a pain. Units have gifted over to Zagota, because that's Mantis and Auroras together, and they're doing grand things. But over this side, it is a problem for Maverick. 3,500 health, and he's getting double teamed at any moment now, plus units. And Fiore has to come over and try and help him out, because he is down 3,000 health, going to drop into the red any moment now. Although, thankfully, with the addition of Fiore to his assistance, and of course T1 PD there as well to slow things down, will be enough. However, this little section has been absolutely romped out because Fiore was forced to bring his comm over to the right to assist, but now he can walk forwards, maybe? No. Deciding not to push forwards that much, just wanting to keep these guys away. There we go, finally a gun upgrade going down for Maverick, and Fiore can then bring his commander back over this direction to help shore this area, which he desperately needs to do. Getting absolutely pressured on from everywhere, and he's basically had to bail Maverick out a few times here. And Chrono Dampener, oh, Zagota. So Zagota's been pushing with his units and been upgrading his commander gradually in the background. Chrono Dampener, oh, that is such a painful one. It stuns units constantly. It is not very nice. Nano Repair going down for Maverick. That's going to help a whole bunch, give him a boost in health and a boost in regen. It's going to need both of it. Right over this side though, this is a problem for Fiore's base and all his assistance he's been given to Maverick. He's left his own base unfortunately a wee bit undefended, and now he has problems. But left hand side is where it's at right now because this is Soul Ripper. He did get double gun, but I don't know if that was the right idea. And now he is getting massively pressured. He's got 4,000 health, but he has thrown as much damage onto Lord Rato as possible. The question is, can he do enough? And these guys are having to go at each other. It is... I don't think Soul Ripper's getting out of there. He's got 2 commanders and 2 armies, and Lord Rato is right there in his face. He's down well into the red. He's going to die any second now. It's a lot of spam that's going to die with him as well. Kaboom! Lord Rato is now something to be concerned about. He's under 2,500 health. Rising Flames are still there with his commander. There are some units loitering around, but I think they'll be okay. I don't see any retaliatory items coming through, although that is a Corsair, and Lord Rato needs to think about not walking in a forwards direction because this is what is going to happen. He does get a rank of veteran to help with Vinich. Control Ks. Control Ks rather than let the air snipe happen. So Vinich got sniped on the right hand side by air, we'll call that, because his control K was a direct result of there being T2 Corsairs in the region. Lord Rato is looking a wee bit peaky. Still 3,500 health, and gun upgrade going down for Rising Flames. I didn't realise he didn't have it, but that has had a lot of units pushing down this way, and something needs to be done. Korriban pushing up with his commander. I don't know if this is the right idea, though Ilshiva's T2 units on the ground going to be a massive help against all the spam. Lord Rato stops to build a factory? As you do, I guess, but these Ilshivas should ring alarm bells for these guys. They know there's T2 units on the ground that's going to mop up all the spam quite happily. And indeed, Lord Rato decides, nah, had enough. He is going to run away down this direction. Fiore has managed to keep... Oh no, he's had to rebuild his base. He took a lot of damage, and now he is on the back foot. His command is under attack from a double gun outcome with Chrono. And this is what Chrono does. You see that lovely little pulse that comes out of Mr. Zagota. Every time that does, any nearby enemy units get stunned. You watch, you'll see the little stun symbol on these guys soon as he walks a wee bit closer. Every pulse, and here we go, rapid pulse, there's the stun, massive range, but Fiore fortunately can get out of range of that gun comm as he desperately needs to try and survive. Maverick up here is looking okay now. He's got a full-on gun nanocom with T2 upgrade. He'll be able to take that army sweet as no dramas, but the drama is over here. Fiore trying to defend his base from Zagota, he has got the Chrono, but he is running out of units. Now left hand side, let's have a look. It is Achilles getting pushed back by Rising Flames. Though Rising Flames may wants to be a smidge more careful than what he's being. His command is down 6,000 health, and there's lots of units here that can cause havoc. He does have supporting items behind him, and looks like he was just pushing for a bit of territory, and now he's happy to fall back. But he is going to get blindsided perhaps by this force from Lord Rato, so even as he's pushed over there, they're swinging down this way. And I do hear another couple of Ilchis, so it should be okay. Down this direction though, it is units dying out to Zagota. That Chrono is just brutal. And absolutely brutal. Chrono only affects ground units. Doesn't affect air units, doesn't affect point defense, doesn't affect commanders. I'm not actually even sure if it affects T3 units. I think it might. You can verify that for me in the chat, I guess. But yeah, this still, Zagota is getting hammered a wee bit. Plenty of units in support though, I think he should be okay. Fiore's been having fun, there's a couple of ranks of veterancy, and he can keep cleaning things up. As long as he can keep spamming out units, he will be okay. Over this side again, bit of a stalemate. The T2 units from Rising Flames have done their job. That is all well and good, but this has been great from Zagota. The addition of the Chrono Dampener onto his commander has just made life very, very difficult for his opponents, but he might get punched by Maverick here, although Maverick also has to worry about getting flanked over. He has forces coming in from Kaizaku and Zagota, and he's in range of Zagota, and he is very much surrounded right now. That is a bad position to be in, and the addition of the Chrono means these units that can come and support get stunned every so often, and they have trouble trying to help repel. And no T2 PD around the place, only some T1 back over this direction. And he needs to run very much down with the other. Maybe he can get some ranks of veterans which could help out, but 13,000 health. Zagota actually has less. He's in the green, but he has less health than Maverick. And now this is the spot where Maverick wants to be, drawing these units in towards the T1 PD. They can start completely slamming down the numbers. Still looking healthy enough though. 10,000 health is not too bad. It's about half dead, but 10,000 health is still a respectable amount. Fiore is in the region as well with his commander. And looks like these units will be able to be knocked out by these guys nice and handy. Zagota's still working around. He's got some T2 support now. Some hoplite rocket bots have come in from Kaizaku. Why are you saying Chrono, Boxer? Why are you saying Crow? Why Chrono? Oh, Chrono. Fuck off. It took me too long to realise. Jesus Christ. What's going on down here? Maverick is pushed Zagota away. Zagota has to run. Chrono. Oh, damn it. Why would you do that? Anyway, Maverick is continuing to push with an unhealthy commander into a gun bomb, though 8,000 health for Zagota, and he's just going to keep walking back, and Maverick needs to turn around. He's going to walk into that, he's going to walk into point defense. Oh no, it's T188, never mind. There's another gun com up here, albeit a hurt gun com. No ranks of veterancy, and all strats out from Korriban. And what's that going for? Well, it's kind of ignored everything down here, has carried on straight up in this direction. No kills as of yet, it's going straight for the eco. Taking a good chunk of damage. It is being chased by Corsairs, which are actually kind of slow by the look of it, but they should be able to turn and catch up. Massive battle going on here. Corsairs are going around for Maverick down under 4,000. Oh no, where's your flak? Where's your anti-air? Where's your flak? Maverick 3,000 health. Corsairs still looking around. There's the flak. The flak is moving the wrong direction. No, don't put the flak out front. Going to get hit by the Chronos, going to get hit by units. The flak dies, and that would have kept him alive. Maybe he can stay alive if it falls away fast enough towards this T1 AA over this direction. More Corsairs. Dodge. You good thing, dodge. 3,000 health. More that comes on out. It's going to be a massive help. Needs to keep doing the dance of denial. Trying to survive. The Strat Bomber has died somewhere. I don't see it working around. Corsairs taking damage now. Maverick 3,000 health. He has managed to dance around just enough to survive. Just enough. The black has kept him in it, and really, he needs to think about going in away from the front direction. Fiore is perfectly fine. Perfectly healthy, 4 ranks of veterancy, and he can just start mowing down all the opposition in the area. Speaking of mowing things down, we have a run-through by Rising Flames. He sent a bunch of units up this way. Ushvas have pushed right on up, trying to do as much damage to Eco as possible whilst they can, but running into some T1 PD that is never going to help. They can get around the back though, deal with some of these mass extractors and get extra damage going on there. Stable front on the left still, although that is a very large contingent of T2 pillars on the front of this group. Be quite difficult to oust. Right hand side, it is Fiore having to go at all sorts of things. It is Maverick behind him pushing up again with his commander. Still think that's kind of ill advised, especially without flak, because they tried to air snipe him not too long ago, and he still doesn't have flak with his commander. Got some T1 AA loitering around, but that's really not enough. But it is Kaizaku who has problems now. Double comms having to go at him. His health is dropping rapidly. Half dead, 7,000 health. He's actually got less than Maverick. And just have a look at what is going on there. Disappearing, be into the red any moment now. There we go, and this is going to be Kaizaku. Nothing to slow these guys down, and he's going to go pop, and that is going to be the second ejection for team number 1. Kaizaku taken out by Fury, and these guys can now clean up the space as well. It is, I think they had full shear on, so this is going to hand over to somebody else, and they need to clean up and remove the threat. There we go, full shear. It has been moved on over, but these Ushvas have just pushed right up to the back, run into a wall of T1 PD, been chased down by Titan as well. Not going to last much longer, but they did a whole bunch of damage. Look at the mixes that have been destroyed along the way. Got these 3, got those 5, and got another one here, actually finished it off. There has been a huge rout pushing into the right hand side. Okay, just having a check over here, and what we've got, we have Ushvas under pressure from Achilles, so he is utilising his overcharge to do that. and try and get some extra damage on there. I see some long range attack missiles coming from somewhere. They're mobile missile launchers, and there they are. They're in the mix, that's fine. But over this side, it is Maverick still moving on around, and Titans are out. Zagota still in with his chrono, still doing that stun thing on units. Maverick continuing to push, and he needs to be careful where he pushes. Still low in health. 50. I say low. He's got 15,000 health. Mass ranks of veterancy, and he also has the nano. Very healthy bomb. What are the pings for? Move is the call. Move where? T1 PD rocking on out, but T1 PD won't last long against commanders. Maverick needs to be very cautious, and here comes the crunch now. T3 units. We have some Titans sweeping in to clear the back spam that is supporting Maverick and Fiore. Those Titans need to be overcharged to get rid of them. Zagota is in trouble. He's down to 8.5 health. Maverick might as well push that. Although that is T1 PD, which will do a ton of damage. He needs to take those out, otherwise this commander is going to be buffed very, very easily. We see some Zoomies lobbing their shells all over the place. Zagota's trying to play around these Eruptors, trying to get them into the game, because that will point out huge amounts of damage on the Maverick. In fact, there we go. Look at the damage go, but supporting Ilshivas are grand, and the point defense is down. Maybe they can push this way. Yeah, right over there. Oh, there's a lot of units, and these two guys now need to be very careful, because the T3 units around have got a problem. But down here, Rising Flames on a nano repeal, standing still for a little bit too long, I think. He finishes the upgrade, but very, very hurt, and a lot of damage coming from units. They focus him down. No, I think it looks like he's actually going to manage to get out of this. Squeezes through his own Ilshivas, which can now clean up all of this, along with Commander, and if he can get some ranks of veterancy, that will help out his regen immensely. Massive push that came on in, but unfortunately got almost got Rising Flames, but just not enough. Over the side though, and it is Zagota is finally going to go down. Taking such a long time to get rid of that darn com, but Maverick is not healthy of his own, and those are whalers over here. Oh, those are friendly whalers, but still plenty of Titans, and Maverick is not going to survive that. Maverick dies to Titans. Now is Fiore, though he's a very, very healthy commander. I say very, very healthy, maybe not. 12,000 health. He needs to think about running away, because more Titans are going to come in his direction, and he's going to want to try and clean up. Right, whalers continue to move this way, looking to kill anything really. There's plenty of things to kill. Engineers, point defense, power, T3 HQ. Take your pick. Plenty of things for those whalers to kill, and nothing to stop them from doing so. Fiore is plenty healthy for walking around. And suddenly, the kills on the right and the pushing going on in, Team 1 finds themselves restricted to maybe a quarter of the map, depending on how long this section can last. Trying to put down some black won't last too long. The whalers are having to go at anything and everything. Power is being pinged. If they can kill off the T3 PG, that would be a very good help. Some ASFs do come in from Achilles. They're trying to take care of the whalers, because they're the ones doing the damage to the ground. There we go. Flak has gone up, or one of them. The whalers redirecting. Have a look at that and start working on the anti-air and the engineers. Not so good. Air control very much in the hands of team number 2. Carbon owns the skies. That is Fiore getting shield upgrade on his comm. Not satisfied with the 16,500 health pool, wants to go even higher. Don't blame him if he's going to stand up the front getting the shield upgrade though. That is kind of hilarious. Do they know he's there? Oh no, they don't, because they don't have radar. And there we go, kaboom! Down goes the T3 Pigeon. None of these factories are actually building anything, because there's no point. They know that whatever they build is going to get absolutely decimated. T3 factory goes down, power goes down, everything else goes down, and the eco is now being hit. So yep, Team 1 stuck into this little bit quarter of the map. And the question is, what have they got up their sleeves? Excuse me. We're up there. Well, it tastes like dinner. And not in the good way. Right. Lord Russo. putting up anti-air. He's getting some Cougars out, which he's definitely going to need to support his forces. But those gunships around the whalers are very tough. They absolutely need anti-air on the ground to help out. But hello, Ushava span, and they are going to wander into a horde of pillars and a couple of T2, but there's a lot of Ushavas, and they can do a lot of damage really quickly. And pushing on up. Ooh, there's more T2PD down here though. That shield's going to drop pretty quickly. If they focus down Achilles, he's going to have a drama over time trying to survive that. They get in range and primary him right now. Watch his health disappear. It's very brave of Achilles standing there doing the upgrades in the face of all these, and there we go. The Ilshis focus down and just see the health disappear. Achilles cancels the upgrade, but far too little, too late. Kaboom goes Achilles. Oh dear. And then there was one. Rato, final player for team number 1. He does have a quarter of the map, and he does have some eco he can work with. Half the eco of team number 2, all by himself, but never mind. Rato control K's out. He knows the game is over, and it's only a matter of time before all of this gets in range and kills him off. There we go, folks.